What's going on, y'all? This is John Alsace with Facemask Fantasy. We got new up-to-date fantasy content coming your way every day on this channel, so if you have not subscribed already, then please hit that button. But before we get into our main topic for today, my co-host Nick Payne put in a ton of work to give you guys a free 2021 Redraft draft kit available on our website, which can be found at facemaskpod.com. It's a great piece of content, something that other analysts might be charging you for, but we're giving it to you for free. So without further ado, let's get into some fantasy talk, and today we're going to talk about Gary Brightwell. Now, Gary Brightwell, 5'11", 218 pounds, and the Giants selected him out of Arizona with the 196th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Brightwell had maintained nearly a 6.0 yards per carry across the first two seasons in college, but that number cratered in 2020 to 4.4. Another negative against Brightwell is that he did not crack 100 totes in a full season throughout college, though he would have been on pace to do so last year had the Pac-12 played a normal length schedule. According to scouts, Brightwell was often best when used in space rather than through the tackles, and he displayed inconsistent vision in college, which led to way too many stifled runs at the line of scrimmage. Brightwell is also middling in the speed department as he clocked a 4.62 40-yard dash at his pro day. Now, he is a 6th round pick as well, so it's fair to wonder if he would have been drafted in any other year, because in 2020, the NCAA granted everybody an extra year of eligibility due to the pandemic. Now, the 2021 NFL draft class had 1/3 the number of prospects as a normal year because so many players opted to return to school to improve their draft stock following sitting out the 2020 season. Many of these prospects would have been day 2 and day 3 picks that might have pushed Gary Brightwell off of the draft board and into the undrafted free agent pool. And with such a fringe prospect with so many perceivable warts to his game in college, it's fair to wonder how he'll fare in the pros. After the draft, the Giants' running back room looked wide open behind Saquon, following the departure of Wayne Gallman in free agency and Alfred Morris in free agency. But then this team signed Devontae Booker, and this team re-signed Alfred Morris, and this team signed Corey Clement, all to back up Saquon, all of whom should have a crack at the running back 2 duties in this offense and the running back 3 duties in this offense over Brightwell. Now, working in his favor is the fact that Saquon is working back from an ACL tear, and amongst other things, he was just activated from the PUP list, which would suggest that Barkley will return week 1, but it's still possible that his September workload is limited, even if he's active for week 1. Compounding this bad news is some bad news about just this O-line and this offense in general, as guard and center Joe Looney announced his retirement after 9 seasons, and Zach Fulton was placed on the retired reserve list just this past week. So their O-line took 2 hits, not just 1, 2 hits pretty recently in the offseason. To compound that, the Giants lost Levine Toilolo, who you might be thinking, who cares, but he's a blocking specialist for this team from the tight end position. They lost him to a torn Achilles at Wednesday's practice, and he will miss the season. And it's fair to wonder when he'll be back at all because Achilles are rough ones to come back from. So Saquon is the RB1 in this offense without question. If he misses time, Morris and Devontae Booker should share the backfield if Barkley is out for a week or 2 to start the season, and neither will hold much fantasy value in the Giants' boring, unproductive offense, especially with these hits to the O-line. Then there's Clement, who figures to be more of a situational back, as during his 4-year tenure with Philly, Clement carried the ball over 70 times in a season just once. But he would still project to, at most, split the workload with Brightwell if it got to the point where Saquon, Morris, and Booker weren't available on game day. So notice all those names I'm saying ahead of Brightwell. Brightwell's technically the 5th running back in this offense right now, and as such, I don't like him in season long, I don't like him in redraft, I don't like him in DFS, and I don't like him in Dynasty. He feels like a wasted roster spot, even in Dynasty, and I'm sorry I'm not being kind about his fantasy prospects. I just don't see it in the cards for Gary Brightwell unless there's a crazy amount of injuries to this RB room and he is literally the only body left to play, but that's the only way that I see it happening for Gary Brightwell, unfortunately. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm on point with my analysis, or do you think that I'm crazy and Gary Brightwell could be the running back 2 in this offense? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. My name is John Alsace. This is Facemask Fantasy. We're bringing you new up-to-date fantasy content every day on this channel, so if you have not subscribed already, please do. Thank you for listening and have a great day.